bro. Yeah, Family Over Fame is a company that I started in 2016. You know, what the message means is always put your family first. Never forget where you come from and never put materialistic things over your family. But we do need materialism to feed our family. Just don't put it over your family. So that's what Family Over Fame means. Alex is my first name, last name is Ross, and I'm the owner and founder of Family Over Fame Apparel.
So right now, we're in Square Town, your hometown. How does it feel to do an interview right here? The Square Town days right now, what's poppin'? Like, how does it feel?
This is where it all started, you know, looking at these kids doing their thing and being on the basketball court. It's just reminiscent to old times playing with, you know, people that I grew up with, like Trayvon Clayton, you know, Jonathan Hiles, you know what I mean, and Kirby Williams. So seeing these kids playing basketball and just doing their thing on the court, it brings back the good times, and, you know, and I love it. And I love how the community comes together, and that's what the community is about, bringing people together and showing positivity and showing love.
We did an interview like way back, like probably like 7 years ago. And we're just talking about like, would you ever leave? And it's kind of like, even if you ever leave, you're always going to be here. Tell us about that. Would you ever leave and come back, or what would it be like?
That's what Family Over Fame is. That's what community over fame is. You know what I mean? Like, never forget where you come from. You may make it to different places in life and go to different stages in your path in your career, but it's just about Family Over Fame. Never forget where you come from. Always give back to your neighborhood, and just don't forget about the ones that help you pick your career up and help you get to those destinations, right? So that's what Family Over Fame's about, and this is what this whole community events inspired to be, right? So that's just what it is.
So you talk about the career thing. So I remember when you first started, Family Over Fame wasn't supposed to be a clothing brand.
No.
And yeah, if you don't know that, tell us about that whole story about that.
So Family Over Fame was supposed to be just only a CD. Back in 2014, that's when I came up with the concept, and then I was working on the whole album literally when I was in high school, you know, and then when I graduated in 2015, I promoted t-shirts of the release of the album, and then once I did that, people in the community is like, yo, the music's fire, the music's crazy, it's blasted, but you should run with this concept that you have right now and put it on the t-shirts. And I put some thought into it, and I was just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna run with it, and this is what it is. And then we started the clothing brand, got the name registered 2016. And then, yeah, and we just ran with the name, and then we're here in 2025, you know?
For real. So it started off just as a promotion.
As a CD, bro.
But no, but in the shirts, you made the Family Over Fame shirts to promote the album.
Exactly, yeah.
That's a Master P grind you're on, G.
Right?
Yo, who is it? Yeah, who's the inspiration in terms of that? Not about just the rapping part of it. Because beyond, like, you know, we listen to your music, I listen to all of your tracks. Beyond the music, you're a promoter. Like, you're good with actually, with the actual business aspect of it, where other artists are just more into the music of it. What makes you more into the business aspect of it more than the, like, or is the same as the music?
I would say it's still same as the music, but I lean more into the business just because I come from a hustler's neighborhood. You know, I come from the Square, and this is my stomping grounds, and, you know, just seeing people start up businesses, you know, people like Trobiz that started up Fade Masters right on the top of Gottingen and stuff. It was just like, if he can do that, and he's African Nova Scotian just like me, why can't I do that? So people like him, and also internationally, like Master P, Jay-Z, Nipsey Hussle, you know, seeing these guys started from the curve and started from the bottom, and all of a sudden they have clothing stores, they have record labels, and especially them being black, it just showed me that anything's possible, and they were definitely my inspiration.
So you're talking about international. I know you've been traveling lately. Like, when you go out to, like, other countries, the States, other parts of Canada, how are they feeling Family Over Fame out there?
Oh man, like I remember being in Montreal last year. We was just deep in the hood, and people seen the message, and it was just like, yo, bro, I need some of that Family Over Fame gear, because it's not just like, it's not, I don't really know how to word this, but it's not just for, it's for everybody, you know what I mean? And when the hood just seen it, they was just like, they felt it because they know what the message means. It just means don't forget where you come from, don't forget your roots. And that's just what the neighborhood of Montreal loved, like Deep in Birds, Burgundy. They seen what the message was, and then they connected with it.
How's the West Coast? You were out in LA, wasn't it?
Inglewood.
How was it out there? How they feeling it out there?
And they loved it. And, you know, I didn't really go too deep. You know, I just stayed around family, but the family members that loved it and stuff, they brought it around their friends, and their friends was like, yo, where can I cop it? I didn't really have much gear to be able to sell, but whatever I just had in my backpack, I just gave it to them, and they just wore it, right? So it wasn't like I had a pop-up shop down there. It was just going there to see family, and people like my family and their friends, they liked it, and I just gave them a couple sweaters, and they're supporting it, right? So
I know right now you're doing the music, and you had a lot of mentors growing up.
yeah.
If you want to name a few of them and what they've done for you, things like that. I put you on the spot like that, but I know there's a couple of people around that you grew up around that are like, yeah, I seen what he was doing, and he encouraged me.
The first and main inspiration I got to give to is my mother. You know what I mean? Like, that's the person that put the family principles in me. That's the person that told me, you know, anything that you want to be, you can do it. You just have to put your mind to it. She showed me just how, you know, just to be an adult, show me, you know, even when I was doing wrong, she'll call me yo for it, right? So I don't want to sugarcoat the story like I was, you know, we all mess up in life and stuff sometimes, right? And it's just like, could be small, could be minor, could be big, could be medium. It just doesn't matter. Whatever I did and I messed up and I did something wrong, she would call me yo for it, right? So she instills, you know, treat people how you want to be treated. And that's what my mother did, Brenda Ross. So shout out to her. So that's the main inspiration, Brenda Ross. Second inspiration would be my cousin Sidell. You know, he's another one. Whenever I messed up in life or messed up with doing a business deal or, you know, did this, he would call it out for what it is. He's an amazing father. He showed me that, you know, usually like with black fathers, people would just be like, oh, he's going to just leave the woman and just won't be there. But he's proven people wrong that black men can be fathers. So big shout out to Sidell Ross. He showed me how to instill of being a man is and being a great person and just being a great father figure. So I would say definitely him for number 2, and Marcus James would be number 3. He's the one that helped me get into the library, the start of my career, and he's just an amazing figure in our community, a public figure in our community, right? He started up 902 Man Up, and I just remember where they were just having the meetings at the library, I'm pretty sure back in 2018, 2019, and then I think it was just about just black men just coming together, and now he just expanded and just made it to more of a, obviously it's a community thing, but he just expanded it to helping the homeless, helping people to get into shelters, you know, doing these amazing cookouts, you know. So Marcus James is a big, not just in the African Nova Scotian community, just Canadian wide, right? So we give props where it's due, and those are definitely like the top 3, and we're going to keep it Scotian.
So the same way how they were mentoring you and inspiring you and helping you, I see you're kind of doing that with other artists. Are you like trying to create something like a collective where you're bringing other artists in and helping to promote their stuff?
Each one teach one, like Terry Simon said. That used to be the manager at the Halifax North Memorial Library, right? So it's just about each one teach one, where it's like, you know, where Uncle Marcus, Brenda Ross, which is my mother, and Sidell Ross, it was just like they showed me certain things in life and certain skills, how to adapt to it. So it's only right working with other artists that I believed in and basically doing the same thing, but putting in my own style. So
cool. Is there any younger artists that are coming up under you that you're like, yo, that's fire? Like, I'm really feeling what they're trying to do here.
Man, that's a good question. Is it okay if I pause for a sec? I gotta think.
No, that's all cool.
Yeah, okay.
Don't worry about that. No.
All right.
Well, even over at iMove, tell us more about like how you started to link up with iMove and some of the artists that you're doing stuff there with.
Yeah, and you know, big huge shout out to Sobaz Benjamin. I would say he's number 4 on the list as well. I can't forget about him because he helped me start my journey. He's the one that gave us a studio for free to record our music at, and if it wasn't for him, then I'd be transparent with you, I wouldn't have Family with Fame right now. You know what I mean? So with him helping me record my first CD, Young Coming Up, and then my second CD, Family with Fame, it's only right to pay respect and homage to him. And he didn't just open up doors for me, he opened up doors for people that was my age, and then even younger people that's coming up and going forward, right? So yeah, so also he made us collaborate with other artists there. We also did shows at like Albany Lannon, at the Beautification Day, the Art Gallery, everywhere, you know what I mean? So we also made sure that we got paid as well as young entrepreneurs to make sure, regardless, we're making music, but it's all about getting paid for your art, and you put your blood and sweat and tears for it. So make sure that you get paid for it. So big shout out to Sobaz Benjamin for paving the way for young artists like myself from being from Uniacke Square. And you didn't have to be from the square. You can literally be from North Preston, Mulgrave Park. You could be from the South End. It didn't really matter which community you come from. He just wanted everybody to come together as a community and help spread that love and make sure young artists got their music out there. And big shout out to Sobaz Benjamin.
Cool. In terms of like Halifax, you've always grown up here.
Right.
Have you ever do you go out to other communities? Is like the Family River Fame popular over there as well? And is there other brands out in other parts of Scotia that you're like, yeah, you know, like I see what they're trying to do in this area here, and I'm feeling that too?
Yeah, I would definitely say, you know, Family River Fame is starting to get popular in the white community. You know, it can definitely grow more in different communities and stuff. You know, obviously it's Family River Fame home base in Square Town and Uniacke Square. And there's just one particular brand I would definitely say that I took inspiration from is East Coast Lifestyle. You know what I mean? There are certain areas that I feel like I could tighten up. And when I seen he was doing it, he already had to tighten up, and he already had the volume up in terms of having things tighten up in that area. You know what I mean? So big shout out to Alex McLean. And yeah, man, big shout out to his brand. And he paved the way for a lot of us too also, and gave us inspiration.
This is a bad question for you, but you're gonna have to answer my question.
Get it.
If you had a chance to go in one way, would it be the music or would it be like the business?
Going forward, I would definitely say the business. And because I'm at the age now where I don't really care about the spotlight. You know what I mean? I don't care about being on stage and being the main attraction anymore. I just care about, you know, how do we market this? How do I brand this? And I like doing like all the different business stuff. I like being more of the behind the scenes guy instead of just, oh, look at me now. You know what I mean? Before, when I was younger, I used to want that attention. But now when you go forward in life, you're like, where does that really even get you, right? So it's, I would definitely say more business now for sure.
Nice. Where's it looking going forward? Where's that perpetual motion going now?
You know, obviously we're still going hard with the clothing brand, going hard with the clothes. Also helping the Rossi Soul Food, my mother's own little business, you know what I mean? And then we're also doing the promotions, like you said, you know, we got our own Family River Fame promotions company where we're bringing the artists in. We're doing rap shows, R&B shows, parties. So we have our own production company now, and we're expanded. Nice.
So are you behind, like, are you making the beats? Are you're getting other people who make the beats for you? Like, and I'm asking that for one reason.
Yeah.
It seems I listen to your music. It's kind of for the ladies.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose?
I grew up off R&B, right? I grew up off of like Usher, Chris Brown, you know what I mean? James Brown, who else? Michael Jackson, Prince. So it's just in my DNA to make that kind of music, you know what I mean? Like that soulful kind of stuff. Obviously, we're gonna have like the pop records and stuff that can be on the radio, but when it comes to real R&B soulful music, it's just in my DNA. That's what my mother played and stuff, you know? The Fugees, who else? Lauryn Hill. She used to bump Lauryn Hill all the time, right? So listening to old school R&B artists is just in my DNA to make that kind of music. Not just because it's for the ladies, but that's just what I grew up off of in my household, right? So, yeah.
And I gotta ask, because I saw a concert one time, and you was on the microphone singing, and everyone was going crazy. So I gotta ask though, like, 'cause I was asking, I was talking to Papa Grand James, I was talking to RS Smooth, and I was saying that, is there some kind of like Scotian flow? Is there like, because none of you guys went to music school, none of you guys went to singing classes, but you guys all have that flow that's very musical. Where does that come from? What's up with this?
That just comes in that Scotian DNA. That Scotian DNA is just in us. It's just in the roots, you know what I mean? Like, big shout out to RS Smooth. He's definitely one of the guys that paved the way for a lot of us African Nova Scotians in the music industry, right? And he's always like whenever you need to reach out to him, both like the DJ set or just being on the radio or just anything, he's just always there, right? But yeah, just I know I didn't go to school for it, right? I just learned off of, watching YouTube clips, listening to music, listening to my favorite artists, and then I just got better over the time and always progressing with my craft.
Ooh. Yo, nice here. It's here. It's a barbecue day, family day out here. Emancipation Day weekend. Is there anything else that we may have missed that you think it's important you want to talk about? Or are we good?
Just how I'm super proud of the company, Family Over Fame, how we have, the clothing brand, we have the events, we have the give back events where we always do a basketball tournament annually with the Crown tournament. And then, we're always just giving back as well, right? So I'm just glad and proud where the company has started and where it's at now, right? Because I just looked at this project, Family Over Fame, as just like an album, as a mixtape. And then it just turned into something bigger than just music, you know what I mean? So it's just, sometimes you just never know where your journey's gonna go. Don't listen to the doubters, don't listen to the haters. You just keep on focusing on your craft and focus on your path, and that's all that matters, and you can do it if you put your mind to it.
Mad love and respect, G.
Got you. Got you down.
Finally!
I know, right?
Finally!